Hey, David here. So similarly to my Nikon ZR exposure rant a few videos back, I was watching YouTube again, and I'm about to blow a fuse again. This video is not a complete review of the Sony A7V or Nikon ZR. It's more like a review of the reviews. Tonight, I watched 3 of the biggest Sony A7V reviews, hundreds of thousands of views in less than 12 hours, and not one of these guys mentions the Nikon ZR. Not one. They mention the Canon R6 III. They mention Panasonic. They even talk about the Nikon Z6 III, but the ZR? Total silence, like it doesn't exist. I've got one simple question. Why? Look, I'm not a Nikon fanboy. I don't know how many times I have to say that, and I'll probably say it again. I'm not being paid by Nikon, and I'm not saying anyone reviewing the Sony A7V is being paid to stay quiet. I'm not making accusations. But you can't tell me it's not weird. Really, really, really weird. If you received a brand new Sony A7V camera to review and you wanted to do your job honestly, how do you talk about Nikon's Z6 III but not mention Nikon's full frame, 6K red raw, 60 frames per second, internal recording, small body, huge screen, hybrid camera? The ZR is right here. It exists, and these reviewers act like it doesn't. I've got a few more simple questions. Are these guys in the camera review business, or are they in the camera infomercial business? I would like to believe they're in the camera selling business by offering honest reviews. Like I say in my intro video for this channel, business is about selling something. I get it. Reviews are about comparison, context, honesty, trade-offs, and use cases. Infomercials are about excitement, features, hype, and no distractions. Do you think Sony sends out a brand new camera for free and says, hey, talk about whatever competitors you want? Really? If there was a note taped to the box that said, don't talk about the Nikon ZR, I wouldn't be surprised for 1 second. And based on the silence, it kind of feels like there was. I've followed these guys that review cameras for years. I like them. I've learned from them. I've made purchases based on their reviews. But this is a punch in the gut, because when they review the A7V and pretend the ZR isn't even in the room, it is my opinion that's not honest reviewing. That's protecting a narrative. Let me be clear so there is no misunderstanding. If you are reviewing the video capabilities of a camera and compare it to the Nikon Z6 III, but not the ZR, you're either uninformed or intentionally hiding something. Neither option is good. The ZR is inconvenient for their script. Here's a quick breakdown. Sony A7V, 4K, 60 frames per second, full frame, 10-bit 422 H.265. Wow, isn't that amazing? 3 cheers for Sony. Great autofocus, new screen. Nikon ZR, 6K, 60 frames per second, red raw, internal. NRAW, ProRes RAW, ProRes HQ, internal. 32-bit float, audio. That's not a small difference. That's not a versus Z6 III difference. That's a different league difference. So here's the review it appears you'll only see here. It's very short, but straight to the point. Sony has built the perfect dad camera. Sharp, clean, incredible autofocus, easy to edit. The footage will look great. Just press record. Nikon built the home movie cinema camera. Your kid's birthday in red raw color space. You may have no idea what that means, but you might want to look into it, because what you're getting is insane for the price. So when reviewers ignore the Nikon ZR in their A7V review, It is my opinion they're not helping the viewer. They're protecting Sony. I want you to think about something. If a reviewer mentions Nikon at all, why would they bring up the Z6 III but skip the ZR entirely? They won't say this on camera, but I will. The A7V shoots beautiful video, but it's video, clean video, crisp video. The Nikon ZR shoots movies, raw movies, gradable movies, flexible movies. Red raw inside a mirrorless body, that is not normal. For the dad who wants home movies that look more like movies, there is no comparison. Let's be 100% clear on something. I'm not here to bash Sony. I've owned several Sony cameras in the past. I've shot hours and hours of footage. You've never heard me say anything bad about Sony cameras. The A7V is a great camera, but reviewers need to choose. Are you giving me reviews or are you running infomercials? Because when you ignore the elephant in the room, your credibility takes a hit. And the Nikon ZR is the elephant in the room. So here's my review, and I'll say what they wouldn't say. The Sony A7V, best camera for dads, weddings, YouTube, sports, vacations, anything where autofocus, crisp video, and convenience matter more than the cinematic look. The Nikon ZR, best camera for the dad who has a filmmaker's eye and wants the family memories to look more like a movie than hyperclinical video. It is my opinion these reviewers have given the Nikon ZR the biggest endorsement Nikon could ever ask for, because it wasn't even considered in the conversation. I look forward to your comments and all the people accusing me of being a Nikon fanboy. You're probably someone who has a shelf full of Sony lenses and you don't like using adapters. I get it. I hope you enjoy your new Sony A7V. I'm done with my rant.